Hey all, welcome to week 8 of teacher training, and this week we're doing some thigh opening. We're going to open up all through the thighs and the hips so that we can back bend really well. Last week we did chest opening, and this week we're doing thigh opening, getting totally prepared to do great back bends. So today I'm going to show you double saddle, which is the yin version of hero's pose or virasana. I'm going to show you a thigh opener over block. So we're going to take a bridge and then open up our thighs, pulling one leg back, and then of course the other. And then after that, we're going to be ready to do Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, which is the upward facing dog. Okay, so for these poses, you definitely want to use props. You can do them without props, but they're definitely more advanced, and your average bear is not going to be able to just go into these poses. So you want 2 blocks, possibly 3 if you have them, and then some extra height. Get some beach towels if you don't have a bolster or yoga blankets. All right, and I'll meet you on the mat. So I have my bolster lying on my mat vertically, okay, so the long way, and then I have my 2 blocks. Now when you set up for double saddle, especially if it's early in the morning or you're teaching beginners how to do this, you definitely want to have these props. So I'm going to move my blocks over just a bit so that you can see where I'm going to put my toes for this pose. This pose has your knees wide, okay? And then your big toes come together. And you want to put the bolster actually on your feet. Covering your toes goes up to about the middle of the arch, all right? So that's where your bolster is going to go. Put your blocks onto your bolster so that you have one that's going to catch you at your lowest ribs, and then this one is for your head. Okay, so now we're ready to go into the pose. So knees apart, I'm going to reach back, put that bolster right onto my feet. You want to go wide enough that you have latitude to draw your sacrum in, tuck your tailbone down, okay? And then from here, I'm going to sit back. So my sacrum is actually touching the edge of the bolster. I'm not sitting on the bolster. My seat is inside of my feet. From here, I'm going to put my hands on either side, loop that tail again. Now that bolster is really at the center of my sacrum, that shield-shaped bone at the base of your spine. And I'm going to go back, and then that block catches me at my low ribs and then helps support the spine, which feels so good. And then I just adjust this other block to hold my head. And so arms come down. And what's interesting is, in addition to opening up your thighs and your hip flexors, you can see that it also opens up across your chest. So this is a definite go-to for warming up for back bends. People will struggle in this, going all the way back, like reclining back. And so if that's the case, and they're just like, no way, I can't go all the way back, then what you do is you just have them go back as far as they can, lifting up through the hips, tucking the tail, pulling in the belly, and opening across the chest. So this is the halfway where they get the essence of the pose. Now we're going to do thigh stretch over a block. I do recommend this for all levels. You lie all the way down, and we're going to take a bridge pose. So make sure your feet are even. You reach with your middle fingers and touch your heels. Hold the edges of your mat with those shoulders so that the shoulder heads come back and the shoulder blades come down. You feel like your shoulders are kind of grounded onto the floor. From here, I'm gonna loop that tail, lift the hips up. Now you might find when you do this, you're like trying to put the tallest side underneath there and it's just not happening. You need to come up on your toes, lift, and then put that block underneath your sacrum so that the very edge of the block touches the very top of the crack of your tush. And there's actually no other way to say that. So you want this block right at the very top of your crack. And those of you who are short-waisted, okay, so from your waist down to the bottom of your pelvis, you're a little bit shorter. I'm long-waisted, but if you're short-waisted, I'm just gonna come off. Your blood goes this way, mine goes this way, short-waisted this way, okay? Once you've got that set up, and that's quite a lot just in and of itself, now we're gonna take one leg back. So you're gonna bring the leg back, grab hold of the foot, and you don't want your knee to go out to the side. That's easy. Bring your knee in towards the other knee. I'm gonna knock knee here, just to make sure. And this is a lot, but if you're able, you pull it further back and you put the top of your foot down. And you stretch your knee towards the ground. Keep your belly pulled in, and you'll notice also in this one, that big chest opener, so we're getting a lot done at the same time. I'm gonna slide that foot out, knock my knees, pull the other foot back, put the top of the foot down, not letting that knee go out to the side, pulling my belly in. Sacrum is moving actually away from the block, so you should not just collapse onto the block. Stay engaged. Compact your hips, chest is open, breathe smoothly. And I'm going to release from there. Okay, so now we're going to up dog off of the wall. I think that one of the most interesting days in teacher training is when we do up dog. So here we go. And the reason why is because up dog is one of those poses that is in the sun salutations, and it doesn't usually get taught really well. So a lot of people will go many years without actually being taught how to up dog, and it's a really difficult pose, and you need to practice it a great deal. And I really recommend when you're first learning it that you just want to get a couple good ones and then do cobras or sphinx or low cobras so that you keep your low back, your wrists, your shoulders nice and safe. That being said, let me show you off of the wall how to do a proper up dog. So I'm going to bring my feet back so that they are literally on the wall. My heels are on the wall, my toes are tucked under, and I'm going to come into a high push-up plank. Okay. From here, I'm going to bend my elbows straight back for chaturanga. And then I'm going to start lifting my chest, but notice I'm pressing my feet into the wall until my chest is all the way up. And now, once my chest is up, I'm going to let those feet come through. Upward facing dog.